This is a champion yellow hen. She's won 6 first places and she's had several best of shows, and just recently in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, she won the Best Squarehead Award and champion of the show. This is probably the result of 35 years of breeding, bringing 2 strains of birds together, those in the U.S. and that from Hungary, from Dr. Szecsenyi's bloodline. She has a very beautiful body. She has a nice long neck, nice long legs. This hen is very high-spirited. When they have large heads like this, they have a tendency not to see too well, I believe, and sometimes they react different from regular pigeons. Now every pigeon has a fault, and her fault would be in her color. On her tail rump, she's a little blue because she's been bred from my blue-white beak bloodline, which was mixed with yellows from years ago. And I would imagine we would call this unimproved recessive red, you know, with the dilution. But the bird is near perfect in every other regard. I'm going to try and film her again. She's a little flighty, and the purpose of me filming without bars is so that you could see her natural beauty without having any obstruction. But of course the problem with filming them without the bars is that they can fly freely whenever they want to. So as long as I don't disturb her, she probably will stay there in that stance. If I wanted to get her to dance around a little bit, she might spook again. So I don't believe it's necessary really to make her move around, because you can see the beauty ideal both from her stance and her walking around. As you can see, she has a very beautiful long slender neck, which is very difficult to get on a pigeon that has a tremendous head like this. But this is a hen, and Budapest are a hen breed. The hen will always look better than the males. She has parallel eyes, she has a nice back skull, she has a perfect bean beak, she has an excellent beak setting, it's deep set, the seers are very beautiful, she has a blue eye, she stands extremely well. As I stated earlier, her only fault is that she has a little bit of a blue rump. But anyone who would be looking at her in a show pen would overlook a minor detail that way, because all of her other qualities certainly can make up for a minor fault like that. It's an excellent pigeon. She's in her prime. Most Budapest are in their prime about their 3rd year. Now my purpose in filming these is not to brag about my accomplishments with the breed, but to be able to show you what we should be breeding for in the standard of perfection. Many years of dedicated service went into the perfection of the standards and also into the breeding. And when you have a specimen that's near the standard of perfection, it's nice to be able to show people what the finished product should be. And it's not easy. There's a luck component to it as well. You can selectively breed and you can keep your records very well, but you have to have luck in that the youngster will survive and that it will feather out and mature to be a beautiful bird like this. In my opinion, a pigeon like this is produced only once every 6 to 10 years. This is a black male from 2009. The bird has nice station. He demonstrates all the qualities that we would like in a Budapest. I like the fact that this bird has a beautiful white beak. Which is not easy to produce in a dark bird. And the best way to produce the very white beak is to keep the bird out of the sun. When the pigeons are molting at the end of the summer, if they get a lot of sun, their cers will get slightly red and their beaks will get touched. And if you keep them out of the sunlight, they will finish off with white cers, pale yellow, and a beautiful white beak. When they're babies, sometimes the beak is very dark and the cers could actually be very, very red. The bird has nice parallel eyes, a very nice beak setting. The male looks more like a female, and when the male has the delicate look, it makes the head appear to be so much better. And as you can tell, it's not easy to film them in the open because they would like to take off if they could. But they were supposed to be high-spirited.